Hello again. Hey, it's Fire Agate Mark. How's it going out there? Hey, carving some fire agate? Actually, polishing some fire agate today, and it's some beautiful high-end stuff. So let's see what we got. Alrighty, what do we got here? It's the same piece I've been working on for a while. It's my tortoise and hare piece, and it's got a little bit of a glare so you can't really see, but there's some pretty yellow, green, purple, a nice pink, pretty orange, more purple, more green, more pink, and then when it's all finished you'll be able to see that a lot easier. What I'm doing now is removing any remnants of that brown that are gumming it up. Let's see if we can zoom in and get a little better idea. There we go. So it's kind of positional right now, so until it's done being positional, I'm going to kind of work around the edges just to define that a little bit better. And I don't really want to remove material, I'm just smoothing it down to a fine surface. So I'm using a couple different things here. Zoom back out. Alright, what I'm using here, there's sections of dowel that I cut up like so. And then, you can kind of shape them however you want, drill them out, and then affix them to these shanks. Well, I should have had that ready, but I have these shanks that have a screw end. You can just screw them on. eBay. I think it was a pack of 5 for $2 or something. Let's see. And then what I'll do is I'll charge this. This is charged with Diamond Super Polish, 25,000 grit Diamond Super Polish by Diamond Pacific. I love this stuff, but what I'm doing is right now I'm mixing polishes, so I would never double dip. Once this is charged, I'll make sure I wash it off thoroughly before I use any other, introduce any other polish, because I don't want to cross-contaminate my polish. Because what I have here, I have a long bristle, soft bristle brush, and I'm using a 6,000 grit diamond paste polish from THK, or Hong Kong Tools. There we go, diamond lapping paste. So I charged it with a little bit of this, and I'm doing two different things. Right now I'm using the this homemade bit. Sorry, it's going to get loud. To kind of just smooth out the edges. Right now I'm going at about 3 to 5,000 RPM. I might go as high as 7,000 RPM, not much higher. And I'm using about 2 to 3 ounces of pressure. I don't really want to remove material. I want to remove that thin layer of brown that's gumming it up. I don't want to leave any tool marks. I don't want to leave any scratches as I go. I just barely want to brighten it up because those color layers are super thin. A good color layer is only going to be, well, a fraction of a millimeter thick, and it's against a dark background, and that's what highlights it. That's what makes it pop and seem so deep. And then every once in a while, I got a little Vaseline set aside. I'll just use this as a medium to kind of extend the polish across, and so that the surface doesn't get hot. What I'm doing is I'm turning it. See, bright color, brown, more bright color. So where it's brown, that's where I'm going to touch up. Then I'll continue to turn it and rotate it until I don't have that drop of brown. And to some extent, with the hills and valleys, there's always going to be a part that'll appear brown because you're working valleys. So if I'm looking at it this way, this part's going to still be dark because it's not a flat surface. I'm going to reveal a couple different polishing secrets along the way, so make sure you stick around to the end. And don't forget the coffee account at ko-fi.com/FireAgateMark. FireAgateMark. And for those people that are supporting me, I'm going to be more available for questions, advice, comments. If you need something in the future, maybe an appraisal, that's all something that I've done in the past for free, but I have to start recuperating some of my time because the base has grown so much. So for a small donation, I'm definitely here for some one-on-one advice. If I've already set something up with you in the past, then that stands. Don't worry, I'm not taking anything away from you. All right. It's kind of hard to see with this lighting. It's kind of greasy, but I know that I'm getting to the point where I want. So I'm going to move back to the brush. And this brush is specifically for these two grits. I'm not cross-contaminating with the pure 6000 grit, and that is set aside differently. But sometimes I like to blend the polishes for effect. And I have it adhered to this dop stick, this large section of dowel with some dopping wax, but you could use a drop of super glue if you'd like. And that's just because as it gets polished, the polish is really slick and the stone is likely to fly out of my hands. I don't want that to happen. So again, with gentle pressure, probably 1 to 2 ounces of pressure, at a medium speed. I'm probably using 5 to 7,000. It's about 7,000 RPM or so. And with the foot pedal, just gauge it using your ear. That's what I'm doing now. You don't want to bear down on it all the way. You don't want to jam into it. We're kind of easing the color out of the stone. We don't want to force the color out at this point. Some people ask how long I polish. What I like to remind them is until the surface is even. So I'm going to wash it, and I'm going to look at it under magnification, see if I missed anything, and if I did, I'll mark it off, go back and touch that area up. And then once it's uniform, wash it up, and then on to the next stage. Alright, so I'm going to go wash the stone off and see what's happening. Give me a second. Alright, so I like the surface for uniformity. It still needs some shine before those colors truly just pop out. So I've switched bits, cleaned everything up, washed my hands, everything's starting fresh. We're using some 1.5 micron or about 10,000 grit diamond paste polish. And doesn't take much. I'm going to, this is a leather wheel, and I like homemade wheels. I just do. I figure if you're out carving rocks, you're probably pretty handy, or know somebody who's handy. There are leather bits out there, and you can find them. I enjoy making my own bits. And then I'm also going to use this soft goat hair bristle, goat hair bristle brush. Charge that just a bit more too. Don't need much. And obviously, between each stage, I like to use Dawn soap. Dawn dish soap, it cuts the grease from the polish, and make sure you use like a old repurposed toothbrush. Get down in the crevices, wash really well, clean out those corners so you're not transferring and picking up paste, so you're not transferring rock dust in between stages. And that's one of the other pro tips that I got for you. Let's see. Adjust my magnifiers because I polish under magnification. Again, it's slow and it's with gentle pressure. Right now I'm trying to create a uniform surface. When everything is uniform, you can go a little bit faster, and you could even apply a little more pressure. But as you're introducing it, you want to let the polish do the work and let the bit do the work. So you're not in a rush. Just let it go. Get a nice uniform surface. For the sake of the video, I'm not doing the whole stone. I would probably do this for about 10 minutes with this one bit. And when I'm done, I am going to do this for about 10 minutes with that one bit. And intersperse with the brush in these little valleys that I have a hard time reaching. Again, start off slow, get that paste polish applied, pardon me, and try to keep a nice, uniform, even surface. Steady movement, you don't want to park the bit in one place for too long. 5 to 7,000 RPM, 2 to 3 ounces of pressure. And the finer and finer you get, the faster these colors are going to start to pop. You'll see more of that purple, green, pink, orange, yellow flash. And then when you get in the right light, once you take this thing outside, it's just going to glow. If you make sure that you make sure you have a uniform surface before moving on to the next polish, then you're going to get a really nice finish. So sorry, right now I'm trying to pay attention to the stone and less to the video, so I hope I'm in focus. I like these little small circles, they come in handy. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing that, wash, and then again, same thing to the next stage. With the dop stick, you really do have more control. You can go get a length of dowel at Home Depot for $2 or $3, chop that up, and a little thing of super glue, $2 or $3. Plus, at this stage, you should still be wearing a mask. An N95 or better is preferable, because as you do this, you're starting to release little particulates, little bits of polish. and this stone is highly silicated. It's you don't want to be breathing in that silica dust, because silicosis is an easily preventable disease, and it's terrible. I think I think it took about 40,000 people last year, so that's something we're gonna continue to harp on every time. You'll wonder, why does Mark always say wear a mask and do this and do that? Well, it's because I care about your safety, and you have to be safe to have fun so that you can keep doing this for a nice long time. Again, let your bit do the work for you. I like to polish by hand in between with sandpaper. Sometimes I'll use 3,000, 5,000, or 8,000 grit 3M Trizact sandpaper. And you can get that on eBay or Amazon. It's just because I like to polish by hand and keep the stone in my pocket, so I have something to do when I'm bored. Plus, I think you get a nice finish when you work the stone by hand. You become more in tune with what you're doing. Alright, so I'm going to continue, and I'm going to finish this up, and when all is said and done, I'm going to show a video of what it looks like once it's outside, get a little bit of sunlight with a nice finish. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. If you haven't, click the little thumbs up and click the red bell for the subscribe button. You'll see when I come on again. And if you'd like and have any specific questions, make sure to reach out for people that help sponsor my coffee account. That's ko-fi.com/Marks Minerals. It's a way to help me get into my new shop and to help keep me going and free up some time so that I can answer your questions more personally. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night, and thank you for all your support. Take care. I figured for the sake of the video that I'd throw this in there, kind of starting at the end and showing the beginning. I had just finished a coat of 25,000 grit diamond paste super polish by Diamond Pacific, and doing an inspection. I think I might hit it with a little 50,000 grit after I buff this out, and this is just using microfiber cloths after I've washed it with soap and water, just to make sure there's no residual polish, no residual grease. But yeah, just to give you a better idea of what she is. So this is my conception. Tortoise. Kind of looks like it's got a giant, ridiculous shell, but the tortoise and the hair. Let's see if we can get that in better. See? Little ears, nose, body, legs. But yeah. Thanks for watching Marks Minerals videos in advance, since I'm starting at the end for the beginning, I suppose. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Hit that little red bell. I want to see more subscribers, and I'll be putting out more videos. And if you happen to donate to my coffee fund, that's ko-fi.com/FireAgateMark, then I will be here for one-on-one questions, possible video chats, possible appraisals, whatever you need. Things can happen, and I'm here for you. All right, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thank you for subscribing. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I'll be right back. Bye.